And now, Veterans Voices of the Blue Ridge, sponsored by Kubota of Lynchburg and Our Lady of the Valley.
One local veteran's voice may be more familiar than others from his time on the local airwaves.
Larry Bly is a local TV and radio legend with decades of experience, and his on-air talents even served him while he was serving our country.
WFXR's Jermaine Farrell sat down with Bly to share his story.
For Larry Bly, dealing in radio, whether it's collecting old radios and equipment or being behind the mic, is nothing new for him. Growing up in the Woodstock, Virginia area, he always wanted to be a DJ, and he got a job at a radio station in Harrisonburg. Bly got into the Army during the Vietnam era because of the draft, and his time at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, led him to another opportunity to use his radio talents thanks to a superior non-commissioned officer.
But here's what's really important to you. He says in Seoul, Korea, is the headquarters of the American Forces Korea Network, and I'm going to see that you get a job there. And he did. So I was a network announcer, a DJ, heard all over the country for about a year. And I make Korea safe for rock and roll.
After Bly's time in an Army uniform, he got a job at WROV AM radio in Roanoke back in the 1970s, where he worked there for decades. He also opened his own advertising agency, running it for 40 years. But Bly is probably known for a show that aired on Blue Ridge PBS for 27 years, beginning in 1980 with his co-host Laban Johnson, called Cooking Cheap. And Bly did the show at the urging of Johnson.
I said, well, why would you ask me? And he said, well, I said, I don't even know you very well. And he says, well, I've listened to you for years on radio, and I think you're funny. I think you'd be great on this show. And he dragged me onto the show, and it worked out. We had certain magnetism between us that happened on the air. It was just a natural thing, and the show just grew and grew and grew and was seen nationally. And so, you know, it became a big deal. A lot of fun, and we had a great time doing it.
Overall, Larry Bly's career post-military has been a dream come true.
I mean, I'm so lucky. I just seamlessly went from one thing to another, to another, to another. I couldn't have planned it out any better. I just feel so fortunate that it worked out that way. And I don't know about the legacy. I just know that I spent a lifetime doing a lot of things that I really enjoyed doing. And apparently did it fairly well.
In Roanoke, for Veterans Voices of the Blue Ridge, Jermaine Farrell, WFXR News.
Now, Bly says he is thankful for all of the assistance he has gotten from the Salem VA. And if you want to hear more of him, Bly does a podcast with Larry Dowdy every other week.
And if you'd also like to see Jermaine's full interview with Bly, it's attached to this story on WFXRTV.com. John?